Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host Mood616 and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yeah, day 4 is here and I've got one from 2016 here. Actually, I think production was in 2015, just came out on home media through eOne here in 2016, and it is a film called Thirst. Yeah. No, this is not the gnarly Australian vampire flick, and this is also not the gnarly Asian flick that came out a while back. No, this is a alien creature feature type deal named Thirst. This is a very popular movie title. But this one right here, I was kind of intrigued by the cover, man. I like my alien films. I like creature features and stuff, and I thought, well, since we're doing the 31 Days of Horror, I might as well throw in some type of alien creature feature into the mix here. And also to 2016 film, which I hadn't fully seen yet. I had watched a little bits of this prior to this, but anyways, getting into the synopsis of this one. Basically, this one is about a group of troubled teens that are kind of snatched up from their houses a little bit unwillingly by these counselors. And what they do is they fly them out to this desolate mountain area for like a 2-week camping trip. And basically what the project is to kind of transform these kids back into you know, like normal kids again, because these kids all have various issues and things like that. So they want to, the point of the camping trip is to just get them back on track with their lives and stuff like that. So upon arriving there, things are going pretty good until this alien that's, you know, basically came to Earth and starts picking them off one by one. And the cool thing about this alien is that, like, what he does is he just basically sucks the blood out of them, cleans them right out, and leaves their kind of dusty corpse there. So it's kind of cool. But now they have to figure out a way to fend for themselves because they're away from civilization and they don't have any help to defend themselves against this alien. And yeah, so that's the premise of the film. Now, my thoughts on this one. This film is basically what you call a very, very typical popcorn type film. The premise is super simple. We've seen this premise done a million times. You know, a group of people go to the woods, you know, whether it be a slasher. In this case, it just happens to be an alien creature feature type deal doing the killing. It's almost like a slasher film in a way. But yeah, this one right here, you know, it's very cliched. You know, it has all those type of characters like every type of film really does. But you know, surprisingly, the characters actually aren't that bad in this. There is obviously the ones that you root for a little more and things like that, but the characters aren't that bad. I thought the acting in this film was actually pretty good too, surprisingly, for the type of film. I thought it was just going to be like really, really, really bad, but it turned out to be a lot better than I was anticipating. But so the cast, not bad. It wasn't really that bad, to be honest. But, you know, what we're here for is the creature itself. Now, the effects in the film are CG mixed with practical. I really wish they had done a little bit more practical effects with the creature because I love the look of the alien. The alien looked kind of badass. It was like kind of a combination of a lot of different type of aliens that we've seen before. But I really did I did like the look of the alien. I just wish they had shown a little bit more in practical effects with it. And with that said, the CG at times in this film is really atrocious. There's this one scene where they're trying to escape in this helicopter and it crashes into the side of the mountain, blows up. Well, I just blew up laughing, man. It was fucking so poorly done. It just looked atrocious, the CG. Also, somebody jumping from this helicopter looked really bad. So, but you know, there's a little bit of practical effects, but it doesn't, there's probably a little bit more CG than practical effects in this one. So that's what you're going to get yourself into. But you know, overall, the film's actually not that bad. It's you know, it plays out pretty much exactly how you're going to anticipate it to play out. The interesting thing is that the way people are killed off in this film was a little bit out of order. I wasn't expecting the way people died off in this film to happen like that. So that was kind of cool. But you know, third act, very kind of cliched. You know, you pretty much know what's going to happen in this one. But overall, it was kind of a fun film. I didn't really mind it. You know, it ran close to 90 minutes. I felt like it probably could have been shortened at least 10 minutes. There was a little bit of downtime in this where, you know, of course, the characters start to build these bonds and things like that. But it didn't really go anywhere. That was the problem with this film. It's like some of that character development, some of those things that were happening was just, it was kind of pointless for this type of film. We didn't really need a whole lot of this kind of subplots and things like that. But, you know, like I said, you kind of take with the good and the bad with this one. The CG, not the greatest. The practical effects were pretty decent at times. I really did like the look of the creature. I thought it was fantastic. I wish I had seen more of the creature. So, you know, with that said, man, if I had to rate this film, I'd probably give it just about a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give this one a pass. I kind of enjoyed it, you know, for what it was. I was entertained, and that's really what it comes down to with these type of films. I'm not really going to critique it to hell because it's a fucking alien creature feature, so really, who gives a shit, to be honest. But yeah, not a bad film. You know, if you're into these type of films, you don't really mind the CG, you don't really give a shit and stuff, then give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. I really do wish, though, when the alien killed people off, sucked all their blood out, I did like the idea of these people kind of shriveling up into like prunes and things like that, but you know, they would CG the people and it would make them look atrocious, like really, really bad. I don't know why they didn't just do practical effects on that to make it look half decent, you know, because there is scenes where, you know, the creature would kind of reach out and touch people with a practical, you know, arm or whatever you want to call it, but then they would turn into CG, and it was just like this mixed bag. It was kind of all over the place and stuff. So I did like the premise of sucking the blood out of people, but I just didn't like the end result of it, which is kind of is what it is, right? Thirst, 5 out of 10. I'm going to give that puppy a pass. So yeah, that's going to do it for day 4 here on the 31 Days of Horror. And as usual, guys, peace!